Welcome to the BXG Podcast, the podcast where pop culture and nerd culture meet.
You think it's just going to be barbecue sauce?
Because if you actually read those books, it's just gobbledygook.
I really think clothes should be mandatory.
Speaking of Star Wars,
Captain America.
trailer reaction video. Willow, episode 4? Yes, 4.
4. 4.
Yeah, the crew takes shelter in a castle formerly occupied by the grandmother of Kit, who was defeated in the original film. And probably not a great idea to just, surely there was a cave or something, but it showed everybody some things that they didn't want to see and didn't want to hear, and feelings they didn't want to feel, and those whole things. And Graydon, his character got afflicted at the end of the 3rd episode by the dark magic, and they had to figure out a way to get that out of him, get the lich out of him. And so they rummaging around the castle to try to find the proper ingredients to do this, to make this happen. Alora and Willow eventually do their magic stuff and are able to get that going. But meanwhile, Kit and Jade are, having their on again, off again thing, where they're mad at each other and then they're not, and you don't understand. No, you don't understand. That sort of thing. And then Boorman is constantly just trying to treasure hunt everywhere he's at. Boorman is the great value Jack Sparrow. I think we can agree to that. But I like it.
But like him, he's enjoyable. He's just
Yeah. So what did you think of Willow episode 4?
It was the weirdest of the episodes so far. It was tough. It was like a tough watch because it was just so weird. I liked it fine. I will say the thing, I don't think this show knows exactly what it is yet. And that I think that might be the problem. I don't think it knows what it is. And so there's the parts of like, oh, we got this, we're seeing stuff we don't want to see, but then we also have Burrow doing his thing where he's like, honey. And if you don't know what you're doing, I don't necessarily know. And as someone who has said, like, I had high expectations for this show, even though like coming back and doing more nights and all that gobbledygook stuff was like something I was not necessarily looking forward to. This show just seems a little disjointed at this point. And I thought the episode was okay, but it's not pushing anything. There's nothing to me that's, for me, that's it. I think it's not pushing anything. And Kid is annoying as hell.
Yeah, that character is, that. Yeah, that character is rough.
Yeah.
But I think that this is an episode that really connects to the film, which you haven't seen. And so that it might not touch as deeply for you as it would for, the watcher who has seen it. I haven't seen that movie in a really long time, though. I have seen it. I used to own it on VHS, I think, which is, tells you how long ago that was. But I do think that that's kind of what they were doing here, is trying to connect the old with the new. And you wonder how much that they really even should have gone back to this well. I think when, Disney and Lucas merged and the rights for this came over, there was a clamoring to do something. But I think that not having the ability to have Val Kilmer, who was really the star of the original along with Warwick Davis, have him involved in any kind of tangible way other than having his character be mentioned is kind of a hurt piece for this. And you wonder, that merger happened back in what, like 13 or 14. And if they've had this kind of in development, and you wonder maybe if they did have plans to include him. I don't know, but it just seems like very average Disney Plus fare. Yep. And I think that is right. We're at this kind of point where with the Disney Plus stuff where it's like, okay, this is either going to be pretty good or maybe a little bit below average. I would say it's kind of Netflix in a lot of ways. Mm-hmm. But I think that that's where this struggles is. I feel like there's too many characters. There's too many characters to keep track of. You can, like, the storylines are incredibly predictable at this point. Kit and Jade have their thing. I think it's pretty obvious that Allura and Graydon are a little bit more alike, and he's certainly got eyes for her, and I think that she's kind of got eyes for him. Boorman's just doing whatever. He's probably the best part of this show because, number one, his weapon choice, which is just like a giant meat cleaver, is
love it.
It's so far off the beaten path. I do like Jade's weapon, and I mentioned this, how she can put the sheath on at the bottom and make it like almost like a halberd. I like that. Boorman being great value Jack Sparrow is like, it's entertaining. His antics make the show, adds a little bit of levity, makes the show maybe a little bit more fun. But I do think that I'm not sure how many episodes, I think it's 8, but it needs to kind of hit its stride, like, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Yeah. So, because this episode was a lot of development, it was a lot of exposition, things of that nature, but I need a little bit more, basically.
Same. Yeah. I feel disappointed by what it's done so far.
I don't know if I would say that I'm disappointed, because through the first 3 episodes, I liked it. The 3rd episode was pretty good. This one was just kind of a step back for me. So
I guess I was expecting more at this point. Like you said, the first 3 episodes were good, and the 4th one just kind of was a dud. And it's like, what are we doing? So, but we'll see.
All right. Yeah, we will move on here.